Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's the Ites Tech Talk weekly live stream. Y'all know how it goes down on a Thursday night with your boy. Ike. What up? What up? What up? Hope everybody's doing good out there. Let's do my quick audio visual check. All right, everything there looks on point. Audio, video's good. Knock on wood, OBS was having a little bit of issues, but I think it was my PC. I had a update pending, so I ran that real quick. It blue screened on me. My computer blue screened on me. Then it green screen, like when you're part of the Windows Insider program for Windows, the beta. Then it green screened on me from that, and then it finally booted back up. So it was kind of scary because this is my PC that I use not just for content creation and all that stuff, but I actually use it for work. So yeah, definitely scared me. Typically when you see a blue screen, it's something driver related. So yeah, should be all right. Should be all right. Should be all right. Should be all right. But yeah, man, how's everybody doing this evening, yo? Hope everybody is good to go. Got a couple of articles, and then gotta have a chit chat about the channel, man, and how everything's gonna be kind of going forward. That was a lot of going. No, I'm not quitting or anything crazy like that. Anytime I hear like I'm quitting or I quit YouTube, I think of like it's a job. Like you quit a job, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna quit YouTube because it's not a job. Um, but yeah, we gonna talk about it. JoJo talking about nah, it's honestly nothing bad. And honestly, if you've been paying attention like to the channel, y'all probably already kind of got a vibe that that's where it's gonna go. But we'll talk about that. Like I said, nothing crazy, man, nothing crazy. But let's get into roll call, man, so we can talk about these articles. Cause boy, do we have quite a bit to cover. I know Apple had an event. They did the Macs. They did push out some new Macs. I'm not big on the Macs and all that stuff, man. I mean, it's dope, more powerful computers, whatever. If you got an M1 and it's still chugging along, man, feel free to hold on to that bad boy. You don't absolutely have to upgrade or anything. If you got the extra funds and you just want to upgrade because you want the latest and greatest, man, hey, you can roll with that too. I'm happy for you either way. So I'm really not gonna talk too much about the computers in all honesty, because I hate to be this guy, but I just don't care in all honesty. I don't have a Mac any longer. I used to have the M1. I had an M1 16 gigabyte Air, and it ran the channel, and I absolutely loved that computer. Only reason I got rid of it was because I was getting out of the Apple ecosystem. So that was part of it that I did decide to let go. I got a really good price offer on mine, so I let it go. But and like I said, I don't have any interest in buying another one for some time. I'm good with my desktop for right now. No, it's not a Windows versus Mac thing. I can use either. I'm using Windows now. I was using Mac not too long ago. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. Really, mainly just want to talk about the whole shot on iPhone thing. Y'all know where I'm going with that one. So yeah. All right, roll call. Let's do it. So you got Brad in the building. First thing he said is Thursday and in the place to be. What up? What up, Brad? Hope everything is good with you. Miss Gigi is in the building. I'm surprised she's up this late. Gigi said, hey. Umar in the building, man. What's up, homie? Appreciate you for coming through every week, dog. Making sure I'm on time. Him and LaShawn on top of that. What up, man? This is the first half of the Top Flight Security of the World. The homie LaShawn will be live tomorrow night as well with the open mic night. So definitely go and show that man some love and come through. You will have a good time. I promise you that. The shenanigans is always a thing. Always a thing. Look, Umar was looking for me at 9 sharp. Where is Ike? Bring him out. Bring him out. Yeah, man, you already know. I got to do like that last routine, daddy check before I live stream. The missus is working nights now, so daddy has the responsibility of doing everything as far as getting the kids ready for bed and all that stuff, man. So sometimes it's like I literally finish with like maybe 5-10 minutes to spare, and I just got to take a seat on the couch real quick and just kind of decompress, get myself together, and then come on live for y'all, man. Cause if y'all have little ones, y'all understand what that bedtime duty is like, man. Usually, me and like I said, the missus would double team it. You know, I would take my son, she would take our daughter, and we would just, you know, meet up when we're done. But her working nights has kind of stopped that. So, yes, I am eating my kids' candy. Halloween. Happy Halloween! Yo, Halloween, I swear, is more for the parents than it is for the kids. Funny thing is, though, when you think about it, and I know I'm going off, we ain't even talking about tech right now. The funny thing is to me, though, right? Your kid goes out and gets all this candy. And this isn't even all of it. This is just some of it. And it's like bringing the whole thing over here. Excuse me, I know I'm chewing and talking. This is so disrespectful. I'm sorry, y'all. Your kid goes out and gets all this candy, but technically, if you think about it, you pay for the candy because you buy the costume. And then, like my kids, for example, my kids are bougie. My daughter, she wanted to be JoJo Siwa this year. For those that know who JoJo Siwa is, for those that don't know, I'll pull up JoJo Siwa here in a second. But really, really crazy lady. I think she's a singer. I know she has music. Excuse me. I know she has music, but yeah, like wears really, really crazy outfits and stuff. Pigtail to the side. Yeah. My daughter wanted to be JoJo Siwa this year, and my son was a minion. And combined, we spent about $75 on their costumes. I think both of their costumes were like $40 each. Costumes is not cheap anymore, man. And like I said, my kids are bougie, dude. Like I couldn't just throw a sheet over top of your head. You're a ghost. Like I couldn't do nothing like that with them. And my wife loves Halloween, so I wouldn't be able to get away with it anyway. But yeah, man, it's expensive. But when you think about it, you're kind of paying for the candy, which is kind of funny. Jojo, what up? Hope everything is good with you. Let me get back on track. My bad, y'all. Drew is in the building. What's up, homie? Hope everything is good with you. Top flight security of the world. Part 2 is in the building. Barry, what is up, homie? Hope everything is good with you. Dope video on the OnePlus Open versus the Pixel 8 Pro Ultra Wide. I loved it, dog. Loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. I love that you're doing like a series of videos with it and it's not like a one and done, because then it lets you get more detailed to every nuance of that particular lens or that particular feature kind of thing. So I like that, man. I like that. Keep it up, dog. I'm definitely enjoying it. She said the gang's all here. Yeah, everybody's here. Everybody's here. Yo, Evan, what's up, man? Hope everything is good with you. Umar said I could set a new record for being early, being 2 minutes late, right? Ah, man. I know. Hey, Rip Raymond in the building. What up, homie? Hope everything is good with you, dog. Oh, man, that's funny. Yo, Jeff, what's up? What's up? Hope everything is good with the blah, blah, blah. Hope everything is good with you. Blessings on your day, sir. Oof. Words are hard. Where's... Oh, there it is, the chat. Yo, Ron, what up, man? Hope everything is good with you, homie. Oh, speaking of which, Juan and TK, I'm pretty sure that they're going to go live later today too. But just in case they don't go live, check out their OnePlus Open. They kind of did like a comparison versus the Pixel Fold and the Z Fold 5. Go check it out. One half is on Juan's channel. The other half is on TK's channel. I was supposed to watch 90 Day Fiance last night with the missus, and I made the mistake of pushing the play button on the video, the first half. But let's just say my wife was very upset with you and TK, Juan. So I don't know if Juan stopped past yet or if he'll catch the replay, but you know, just in case. She's very upset with y'all. Man. Brad said, these new Macs start at 1500. Oh, 8 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either, dude. Like, I mean, I get it. They say it's unified RAM, so it's supposed to be faster. But it's like, man, if I'm dropping 1500, just give me that extra 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, just give me the extra 8 gigs of RAM. Like, just give me that. Like, it's always crazy when you look at, like, Macs from that standpoint of, like, you know, what you're getting and things like that. Because, like, and I hate to do the whole Mac versus Windows because it's not really a comparison. It's like, if you want Windows, then, you know, if you want Windows or you want a game, I should say, game. You're going to go Windows. If you're, you know, more on the content creation side, stuff like that, you're probably going to get a Mac, and that's fine. But, again, man, it's kind of crazy. Like, $1,500 for 8 gigs of RAM, even though it's unified. I don't know, man. That is a little steep on Apple's part. But hey, it is Apple. But what were we expecting? Hey, B Floyd, what up, homie? Hope everything is good with you. See, I know Drew got little ones. He knows it, bro. Running around, go to bed. I'm sleepy. Well, you haven't even tried. Yeah, it gets pretty crazy over here. Yo, B Floyd said, I know what you're going through. 10-year-old, 2-year-old, 2 boys. Yeah, man. Yeah. My oldest, he is 8. My oldest is 8. My daughter turned 7, and my youngest just turned 2. Yeah, so I have an 8, a 7-year-old, and a 2-year-old, and it is fun. My oldest lives in Texas with his mom, though, so mainly it's just my daughter and my youngest when it comes to bedtime. Hey, Lulu in the building. What up? He said, hello, folks. Google, I'm not talking to you. Stop. Google Home over here going crazy. Let me exit out of my camera. Can't see my little one. Hey, y'all heard what he said. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Yeah, dad tax. That is true. That is true. Drew said it gets a bit easier the older they get, and it flips to mornings are pure chaos. 214, golly, 2 14-year-olds, 10 and an 8-year-old. Everybody's probably fighting for the bathroom in the morning. You're taking too long in the bathroom. Oh man, you don't know it. You don't know who JoJo Siwa is, LaShawn? You don't know who JoJo Siwa is? I got you, dog. I got you. Yeah, she's a dancer. Yeah, she was on like Disney Channel and stuff, I think. Hold on, y'all. I got you, LaShawn. She be wearing some crazy outfits, homie. I'm gonna warn you now. I mean, you obviously know it ain't nothing crazy, because I let my daughter dress up as her for Halloween, homie. Let me see if I can find like a good one of like some of the crazy stuff she be rocking. There. Bring down Lulu's comment. Where's like a good one? Something like this is kind of her. I'm waiting for that. Oh, I'm in the way. My bad. Let me move me. Hold on. All right, there you go. Yeah, JoJo Siwa. You know, she's older now. This is like an old picture of her or whatever. But yeah, that's JoJo Siwa. My daughter wanted to dress up as her for Halloween, and I think I have. I'm not ready to share the one that I took of her, so I'm not gonna share it. Sucks to be y'all. It was a really nice picture, but yeah. JoJo said, "Oh, she wanted to be JoJo CY, not JoJo the Techie." That's funny. I like it. Hey, Juan's in the building. What up, man? Hope everything is good with you, dude. He said, make sure you check through that candy I looked through Lexus stash and found a 0-day. Juan's probably laughing his ass off because of that pause. Stop it, sir. Juan, go. You're already home, but go home. Go home. Oh my God. Stop it, sir. Stop it. Juan is such a... See, I thought he was going to say, check through the stash, open candy wrappers, blah, the usual stuff, because my wife's already done that. And this man talking about found a 0-day WebKit Safari exploit lurking in a Twix. And of all the candy, Twix, because I love Twix. Juan, I love you, man. You're awesome. I love it. Hey, what up? My brother from another mother. Galen in the building, big homie. What up, man? Hope everything is good with you, dog. So, did you get the One Plus open yet, Galen? I'm living vicariously through all y'all that got it, because I can't get it right now. Like, I still got my eyes on it. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to get it by the end of the year. I'm trying. I don't know. We'll see. Brad said, you let them collect all that candy, well, you won't let them eat it all. Big facts. It's for me, Well, the missus eats it too, but, mainly for me. Hey, Umar said, cowards. I eat 50% off Halloween and Christmas candy. There you go, because, like, right after Halloween, all the candy goes on sale. Let me get rid of this JoJo Siwa tab, because now she's just staring at me, and it's kind of awkward. I don't even like that in my search history. 31-year-old Florida man searches JoJo Siwa on Google. Yeah, I don't like how that sounds. He said, "Oh, dude, thanks for the shout out, but don't." I know, it was a one-time thing, but I got hooked, man, because it was such a good conversation. Like, it was such a good conversation, man. Like, I know you were saying, let you guys know if you and TK should do that more often. I'm saying it now. Forget everybody else. Yes, y'all should do that more often. That was such a dope conversation. I loved it. I loved every bit of it. Like, I loved it. I loved it because it's never this type of like one size fits all overall type of conversation. You know what I mean? And I mean, it's not that you necessarily can't have that conversation, but you're always gonna have things that every device does better than others. You're gonna have devices that are stronger than others in certain areas. Every device has pros and cons, man. So like I said, that conversation was dope because it wasn't just saying, OnePlus Open is better than this or Pixel Fold is better than that. It was very much like these are some of the things that you need to be aware of if you're looking at this or if you're looking at that. So really enjoyed it, man. If you haven't checked it out, definitely do yourself a favor if you're into foldable. Such a good conversation, yo. Seriously. Yo, Sepdog, what up, homie? Hope everything is good with you. He said, is the M1 chip not good enough anymore now that Apple dropped the M3 chip? Man, you already know the answer to that. Yo, Urban Fire in the building. What up, big homie? Hope everything is good with you, man. Galen said, y'all really making me not want... Yo, I love my kids to death, dude, but if you and the missus are cool with holding out, hold out. Like, I would say hold out as long as you can because, yeah. Once you start having kids, man, and it's not that you can't do the things that you want to do, but you tend to live, or at least I'm not gonna even say you should. I don't want to call anybody's parenting out, but I can say for me, like my lifestyle, things that I felt were important no longer was important. Like they really do say like your kids change so much about like how you operate and how you move, man. Like seriously. So definitely for sure, man. Think about that one. Talk with the missus as much as possible. You can't over discuss when it comes to having kids because once they're here, hello, they're here. They're and the thing is like you hear a lot of people say, till 18. No, I'm 31 and my parents still like help out significantly when it comes to like me and the kids. Like for my birthday, my parents just gave us money to go out to eat, gave me money to take my family out to eat, and they couldn't come because they were sick. So like I said, it's like once you have kids, it's a lifetime thing, dude. Like it is like getting married because it's a lifetime commitment, dude. But the one thing I will say though is you always see the best of yourself in your kids. Like, and I will say that because like you'll see your kids do something and you'll be like, dang, like that's definitely my child. But you also see the worst of yourself in your kids too, and you got to be prepared to handle that. So yeah, definitely something to think about, Galen. You already know, dog. Always here if you need to talk, bruh. Always here if you need to talk. Oh, so she was on Dance Mom. That's what it was. I remember my wife saying that she used to see her on TV on a show that she watched. So that makes sense because she did used to watch Dance Moms growing up because my wife was in dance. The real tight ponytail. JoJo Seawater. LaShawn, stop. Lewis said 8 gigabytes needs to be out of the door when it comes to a computer if you're a content creator, a heavy user. Yeah, 16 minimum. On my Air, I had to do 16. The 8, nah, bruh. And I know even the homie Delvon, he had an M1, 8 gigabytes of RAM Mac Mini. And dude, he had nothing but problems with it. He took it back, or I either took it back or sold it and got the 16 gigabyte one. He had no issues since, man. So excuse me. That right there should tell you something. He said the way the wedding budget is set up. Bruh, I'm gonna tell you right now, you think the wedding budget is crazy. Have a kid, dog. Because the thing with wedding is like, okay, the wedding comes, you know what I'm saying? You pay for it, or maybe you finance some stuff and you pay for it over time, but eventually you're done with it. You ain't never gonna be done with your kids, dog. Like I said, I'm 31. You know what I'm saying? So you're never gonna be done with your kids. Sepdog said I might get the OnePlus Open at tax time. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Lewis said, Ike, tax time is coming. One plus open. I got you. I see it in your future. Hopefully I don't have to wait that long. Cause I don't even want to wait that long in all honesty, man. Like I don't even want to wait that long. But I mean if I have to, I have to. No big deal. We'll see. He said they now come first. My daughter takes priority over everything. She means the world to me. Exactly. Couldn't say it any better there, Brad. Straight up. Yo, Shark fan, what up, man? Hope everything is good with you, big homie. B Floyd said, Galen must don't, bruh, I pay for daycare for my oldest. My youngest, he just stays home with me. But my oldest, I did daycare. Good God. Oh my God. And with him, we had to do daycare when he was a baby. Like, fresh out the womb, he was going to daycare like 2 or 3 weeks later. No, I'm wrong. Whatever is the amount of time for recovery when the missus can go back. That's how long he was with us, and then daycare. But we caught up. We got through roll call, man. Let's go ahead and get through these articles, dog. So got a couple of Apple ones and one Google one. I don't know if we'll get to the Google one, because in all honesty, it's not really like new news. We kind of already knew, but it still stinks to have it confirmed. But let's go ahead and switch over to the Apple conversation, man. So we're gonna kick things off with this one here. Apple was this close, because they say this close. What's this close? This close, this close, this close. But we're gonna say this close. Apple was this close to releasing an Apple Watch for Android. Apple pulled the plug at the last minute. I'll give y'all 3 guesses why. So too long, didn't read. A report claims that Apple was working on making an Apple Watch for Android. The project was almost complete, but then the company canceled it. Apple reportedly canceled the project because the Apple Watch is a driver of iPhone sales. It all goes back to that one keyword and indicator. I don't even need to read pretty much any more of this because it ain't happening, so there's no point in getting us worked up or any of that good stuff with it. But yeah, man, it's crazy to me to think that Apple was actually in the process of bringing the Apple Watch to Android. It surprises me, but then at the same time, it kind of doesn't, because if you kind of follow this stuff and follow Apple kind of closely, they were actually close to bringing iMessage and FaceTime to Android a long time ago. They wanted to do I think it was a subscription-based model. And Eddie Q, he's kind of like the guy over like iTunes service and stuff like that, or Apple Music, Apple Music services and things like that. Now, he wanted to do it. He wanted to do a whole subscription plan where you would get iMessage and FaceTime on Android, and they could charge you 10, 15 bucks a month, whatever for it. And the internal emails, because these are official on the record, you can go Google it. The official emails were talking about exactly the same thing as what's going on with the Apple Watch story here. Apple knows that the more access into these little exclusive features that they give to Android users or users on other platforms, which there really isn't any other platform, you know, the less of that hold that they have on people to use iPhones, man. And it's one of those things. It's like I said, it's definitely crazy to think about. It's crazy to think about, but if Apple was to tomorrow say, hey, we'll release iMessage and FaceTime for 10 bucks a month, would you sign up for it? And if Apple dropped the Apple Watch and made it compatible with your Android phones, would you use an Apple Watch? Yes, this does include the Apple Watch Ultra. Would you use the Apple Watch Ultra with whatever Android phone you're currently using? That's the question right now in the chat. Would you subscribe to FaceTime and iMessage? And would you buy an Apple Watch to rock with your Android phone? Dang, $700 a month is pretty crazy. B Floyd said $2,000 a month. Good God, your child eating caviar at daycare, homie? Good grief, it's a bit much. Hey, Migs, what up, homie? Hope everything is good with you, dog. Brad said, just goes to show how scared they actually are of Android and losing customers to it. All that customer satisfaction numbers they boast about is just talk. I'm done, man. Oh, man. Dang, Migs, you paid $1,700? I don't think we paid nowhere near that, dog. Good God. Woo. JoJo said exactly, Brad. And now that sales are supposedly down, they won't risk it. Yeah, this is true. This is true. Y'all making good points. Brad said, I'd use an Apple Watch with my Android phone. Okay. Sharkfin said, an Apple hardware watch fully compatible with Android would have been fire. Something I would have considered, although I do prefer a round face watch. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. B. Floyd said, everyone I know are either RCS or SMS. iMessage doesn't move me. He said, also, I'm fine with the Galaxy Watch. Samsung Health is detailed. I'm with you on that. I'm with you. He said, Apple was about to make a huge mistake. I'd rock an Apple Watch with my Nothing phone or 7A. LaShawn, you wouldn't wear an Apple Watch with your Pixel Fold, homie? Nah. Galen said, I try an Apple Watch on Android if it ran Wear OS. So yeah, Galen, that ain't never happening, dog. Even if they would have bought the Apple Watch to Android, there's no way that they would have let that thing run Wear OS, dog. There's no way. There's no way. It would just be funny for to me to see it actually play out. But I think Brad made a really good point. Like, I think what it all comes down to is, in the end, is Apple's not dumb, man. They're not dumb, and they know the more and more they don't have that grip. Like, Apple's whole appeal, in my opinion, and again, I'm not bad mouthing them or nothing like that, is don't hate the player, hate the game, none of that. You know, like they do what they do. They're a business, so I'm not mad at them. Every company has their little exclusive stuff that isn't on anything else, so I get it. And from a business perspective, all right, cool, whatever. But it's definitely one of those things where I wish that it wouldn't be just about the lock-in with Apple. Like, everything with Apple is about lock-in. Like, I wouldn't be surprised, like, how they say that, like, okay, we have a department that is solely for security. We have a department that is solely for designing, human interface design type of deal stuff or whatever. I wouldn't be surprised if they have a department that literally their job is to come up with ways to lock you into the Apple ecosystem. Now, that's not going to be a bad thing for everybody, because we may say it as like a lock. Some people may see it as a paradise, right? Like, all their stuff works together as seamlessly as it can. They love the features from the ecosystem, and that's great for them, right? So, like I said, we also got to make sure we look at it from the opposite side of the equation too. It's not just the lock-in. For some people, it is paradise, and that's totally okay. That is totally okay. But like I said, sometimes I feel like they play so hard on that ecosystem play, on how these products work together, that they don't focus. I won't say that they don't focus. They don't push each individual pillar of the foundation to their ecosystem far enough. Like, I don't feel like the iPad has been pushed far enough to what it has the potential to be. Same thing with the iPhone. Like, it's not like Apple hasn't pushed it to realize that full potential, right? So I don't know, man. Like I said, it's just my opinions. Opinions are like buttholes. Everybody got one, but it is what it is, man. I would like to see an Apple Watch on Android, though. I would definitely run the Apple Watch Ultra with it, here and there, just to give it a shot. Like I said, it would definitely be cool to see what's up. Galen said, I don't think it would have supported notification responses and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I wonder how they would have figured all that stuff out, dude. Like, because I mean, if you do, like, well, it is Apple, but I mean, like, me personally, I wouldn't want to launch this in like a half-baked state. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want them to do that. It's like, if you're not gonna give it that full attention to detail, just don't do it. You know what I mean? Like just don't do it. But I don't know. It would have been interesting to see how they, worked all that stuff out. Yo, MPT is in the building. What up, homie? Hope everything is good with you, dude. He said if they make the Apple Watch work with Android, they would have had to make the phone counterpart apps available. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I said. Like, for them to say that this was almost complete, like they have prototypes and different, pieces of software to test and stuff. I would have loved to see what this looks like on Android. Like, how they support all these different, you know what I mean? Like different aspects of it. Definitely would have been cool. Sepdog said, you can always get an Amazfit watch or Tick watch for Android. No, definitely. And like I said, I wouldn't want this to come out and no longer have Wear OS as an option. Like, don't get me wrong. I still like Wear OS very much. I just would have liked to also see another player you know, as well. Competition is good. Even if Apple comes in with the Apple Watch and they do one or two things better than Wear OS does, well, now Wear OS has to respond to that. They can't just go on with Apple coming in and doing things better than them, you know, with their own devices. You know what I'm saying? But just a thought, man. Just a thought. He said Watch OS is way better than Wear OS. I would agree on some things for sure. On some things for sure. He said Wear OS needs some milk. Stop it. He said, I just need to get an iPhone to try Watch OS again. Yeah, and the thing is, I like Watch OS. Like, I like Watch OS a lot. I know with the newest update, it's a little funky in terms of like how everything is laid out and stuff like that. But like I said, overall, man, like I like iOS and I like Watch OS. I just think that with a lot of it, there's some areas where Apple just refuses to push certain devices a little bit further for me. But it is what it is, man. I mean, Urban Fire, everything has bugs, man. So like I said, for this to have been nearly completed, I mean, I'm not sure if this is something that we would have seen this year. In all honesty, I kind of feel like it might have been something that we would have already seen and they would have had time to kind of work that stuff out. But I don't know. I mean, when it first came out, I'm sure it would have had some things that weren't, you know, the greatest or whatever, for sure. Juan said, I was in a chat a while back with Renee Ritchie talking about how an Apple Watch would be a great gateway drug. All the Apple fans acting like iPhone was so dominant, Apple could ignore all the pores. Turns out Apple's just playing defense. Pretty much exactly how I see it, man. Exactly how I see it. Because like I said, the less hold that they have on people and people start switching, hey, what you gonna do? I'm picking out my next treat, y'all. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, I ain't messing with no warheads. Those are too sour. At least too sour while I'm on stream. Oh, we got some peanut M&Ms. Yo, watch my daughter come out here and clock me for eating her candy. Nobody better not tell her. We'll do A1. A Twix. Upside down. A Twix. Gotta pull that out for the homie. We'll go with the Twix and the M&Ms for right now. Every company does it. Galaxy Buds, missed features, you know, using the Samsung devices. Samsung not only works Windows apps. Yeah, no, exactly, NPT. I said that earlier too. Like, everybody has their little exclusive things, man. Google has their exclusive things that I feel should say exclusive, even if other people don't. I feel like Google should have their exclusive stuff. Samsung obviously has theirs. I was gonna say Microsoft, but I don't remember if Microsoft had anything super exclusive that Duo phones had. And obviously Apple has theirs. Well, good call out, homie. Good call out. Hopefully y'all can't hear me chewing. I'm sorry. But it's a Halloween after party. So, candy. Get out y'all candy. Am I spitting? My bad. What if Google locks their services to Android only? I wonder how many iPhone users will stay. That's a good point, man. I don't know. It would have been a premium Amazfit watch at that point. Nothing wrong with it. I love Amazfit. I feel you. But like, as much as I love like all of those other watches, like the Huawei watches and stuff, and I mean, they look dope. They run for weeks on end. There's actual apps that I use with Wear OS that I can't use with those, and that's the only reason that I can't use them. Like, if I could use, like, it's called Home Assistant and like Google Home and Google Keep and all that stuff, if I could use those apps, man, I would be all over like the Huawei watches and stuff like that, man. Seriously. This is a good perspective too, MPT. I didn't think about this. He said, from Apple's perspective, we can't guarantee support on all Android devices because of the variations in hardware, so we won't support it with Android. It's a good point. I wonder if Google can or would have been able to help them with like some type of like base level requirements. Kind of like how when you have like for PC gaming, when you have a game come out, you have your recommended and your minimum specs. So maybe Google could have gave Apple something like that. Like these are the minimum specs to optimize for. These are the maximum specs to optimize for. And Apple could kind of go based off of that, maybe. I don't know. It's a good point, though. It's a good point. Mick said a Maze Fit is trash. A Maze Fit ain't trash. Stop it. I like the Maze Fit. He said, I wonder if part of the reason iMessage isn't on Android also because of the encryption, decryption. Some Androids have hardware dedicated to security and others don't. I mean, I'm not sure, MPT. Is it something that Apple couldn't handle on their server side type of thing? Like, is there something hardware wise on the iPhone that keeps everything encrypted in terms of iMessage? Because they were already talking about bringing iMessage to Android at one point in time, so they had to have cracked that in some capacity. Because in that internal article, they ain't say nothing about no security. They straight up was like, we're not doing that because of the fact that we don't want people to leave the iPhone is pretty much the first thing that was brought up. I want to say their exact words was something like, how does this impact iPhone sales or something? Like, it was very much about it was very much, my wife just texted me. It was very much about like sales, like how it impacts, you know, people buying iPhones and stuff like that. They didn't really say a whole lot about security, which if the security risk was that valid, you know, kind of feel like they might have would have brought that up. Just a thought, man. I don't know though. Yeah, Lewis, that's kind of like what we were saying before. Heck yeah, Mix. Man, I get all of the I get first dibs on candy, sir, because I was out there walking and helping her trick or treat. So yeah, and this year I actually had to be social. My daughter's little friend from school, her parents are like the social type where they're like, oh, we can get the kids together and all go trick or treating. So it was like 3 families all walking together so the kids could go trick or treating. And yeah, man, I'm like, babe, why y'all trying to make me social? Like, I don't want to talk to y'all. But, you know, had to do it for the little one, man. Had to do it for the little one. Hey, committing, bruh, look, this basket. I'm in here. I'm in here. Yo, that's how I be too, Mick. She be like, where's my? I'll be like, I don't know. What did you do with it? I'm just kidding. As much crap as that kid gets out of my wallet, bro, this is the least you could do is let me eat some of the candy. Cause I won't sit here and dust off like this whole bucket, man. Like this is a lot. Like this is a lot of candy, y'all. Like I ain't gonna sit here and eat all of this. I just didn't feel like having to constantly get up to go get candy, so I was like, just bring the bucket. MPT said, for example, Apple has their secure enclave. I get that, but does that have anything to do with iMessage? Is what I'm saying. Like, because before Apple had secure enclaves and stuff like that, didn't we already have iMessage? I don't know that to be true. I'm asking. I really don't know. I really don't know. Wanna stop it. He said MPT turned into such an Apple hater. He doesn't think their devs could make a good Android app to support the Apple Watch. I thought he liked Apple better than that. Stop it. Oh man. Nah. She was telling me something else that was equally as funny though. Something about her job. Hey, he said I'm an equal opportunity hater. He's like, get it right, Juan. Oh my gosh, come on, yo. Yeah, we good. Thought I saw a glitch in the Matrix. Exactly. I paid like $75, $80 in costumes this year. This is the least that I could do is eat some candy. Yep, I already got it downloaded on Pixel Fold, homie. Liking it so far. Weirdly enough, like it just feels, I don't want to do like the whole placebo thing, but like it just feels smoother. Like it's hard to explain. I don't know what that is, like a bot or something. But like, I don't know. It just feels fluid, more polished. Like it's kind of hard to explain. I can feel a difference though. I'll put it like that. Like y'all know I'm really sensitive about that stuff, like animations and stuff. It feels more fluid. I find it ironic Apple has brought Matter support to HomeKit, but they don't care to support universal protocols elsewhere. No universal data transfer protocols, airdrop, airput. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's a good point too. I do not know. That's true, Mix, because I'll sit in the bed and just go ham. So you right, you right, you right, you right. I did accept and I wasn't feeling it, man. I wasn't feeling it. Come on, man. You know you want to put that beta on your 7A, dog. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Mr. APK. Mr. APK, JoJo slayed him. Mr. APK doesn't like betas? Let's get him. JoJo slayed him. He said, I was speculating that without all OEMs having the hardware, on-device encryption wouldn't be guaranteed across the board. At least not as secure as when Apple can know the hardware is there. But that's what I'm saying, NPC. Like, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, because I really don't know. Didn't we have iMessage before we had secure enclaves and all that stuff? Like I thought completely that iMessage, all the encryption and stuff was handled all through Apple servers. So like you send a message, it goes to Apple servers to be, or oh, you might be right, because maybe it like encrypts on device and then sends the message. I don't know. In all honesty, man, it's not that big of a deal to me. I still text my wife. She texts me back. I send photos and videos through Google Photos. I just share the album with her and call it a day. But that's a good point, though. Like I said, I didn't think about that. But that's the Apple Watch article, man. Now let's go ahead and get into it. Now I talked about it a little bit earlier. Apple dropped some new Macs. I'm really not that into the Macs. It is what it is, man. It's cool. Yeah, better performing, probably a little bit better battery life in some areas. If you need a new one, go get one. If you don't, keep pushing with your old one. I'll leave it at that. But what was really interesting to me was the fact that it was shot on the iPhone and how divisive it got. And I won't say divisive, but I can say from my own experience, and Barry saw it too, because he talked about it earlier. I want to say earlier in the week, he mentioned it on, I think it was Gigi's stream. And like people were really like coming at me because like, oh, they used an extra this and they used an extra that. And I'm like, okay, I kind of figured that they would do that, right? I think the part that impressed me is not so much trying to say like only the iPhone can do it, because I don't believe that. Apple didn't say that, and nobody else should believe that. I think the most impressive part to me was the fact that they did it. Nobody said anything until they actually came out and said, yes, this was shot on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. That was the impressive part to me. Now, in this article, they do break down some of the areas, like in the shadows, looks a little more grainy than it should, and things like that, man. But I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, I'm gonna be honest. If they didn't point it out, I wouldn't and didn't notice it. So it was one of those things that, like I said, it was really dope and impressive to me, because it's like, just thinking of it from this standpoint, right? Like if I'm a salesman or a salesperson, what better way to sell somebody on a product, right? Now with the proper transparency, we're gonna get into that here in a second too. What better way to show you that I stand by what I'm selling? Not so much try to get you to buy it, but show you that I stand by what I'm selling, than for me to actually use said product. It's almost like how we say, like, as a reviewer, the best praise that we can give a review product is we can go and buy it with our own money and use it every day. It's kind of the same thing. So like I said, it's one of those things where I get it. There is a lot of light. It was on a special rig for all the flips and tricks and to help with stabilization and stuff. But just like the S23 Ultra, because Samsung did the same thing earlier this year with the S23 Ultra. They didn't use any like external lenses or anything like that. I mean, they had obviously external mics and stuff, duh. They would have had that with like a mirrorless camera too, or like a cinema camera. But like I said, the thing that impressed me was that they were able to straight up, using the iPhone's lenses, actually use it for the entirety of the keynote, you know what I'm saying, and give us some behind the scenes. Let me see if they have some of the rig or whatever. And the thing is like the first side of it, because there's really two sides to it, and I guess we can kind of talk about that before we look at the pictures. So you got this lady from The Verge, Jess Weatherbed. I'm not sure which lady from The Verge that is. She might be the person who does the reviewing stuff or whatever. So she said, still images in a video reveal that unsurprisingly, a great deal of fancy equipment from drones, gimbals, dollies, industrial set lighting, and other recording accessories is still required to make iPhone footage look this good, which it looked comparable to what they use normally. So I wouldn't say look this good with negative connotation. That's really high praise in my opinion for any phone. I don't care if it is an iPhone or not. Yeah, Jojo, Weatherbed is her last name. It's a neat way to promote the recording quality of iPhone cameras, but it's not like everyday folks can recreate these kind of results at home unless they happen to own a shed load of ludicrously expensive equipment. The gear shown in the scary fast behind the scenes footage is fairly standard for big studio productions. But Apple's implication with these so-called shot on iPhone promotions is that anyone can do it if only they buy the newest iPhone. I guess. Now, John Gruber from Daring Fireball, he took the opposite side of the debate. So let's read both sides and then we can talk about it. So he said, I saw a few folks mocking Apple for this on Mastodon and Threads too. This is ridiculous. Do these people think that previous Apple keynotes were shot with just a single camera person wielding something like a $40,000 Red Cinema camera and no crew, no lighting, no cranes? That the iPhone needs help that traditional cinema cameras do not, question mark, because he's asking as a question. He said, I mean, guess what? They use professional microphones too. He said, the whole point is that an iPhone 15 Pro camera is so good that it can fit right in on a high budget commercial film shoot and produce world-class results. There's no implication that a casual user can get results like this by just hitting the shutter button in the iPhone camera app. The author of the article said, personally, I fall somewhere between the two views. I'm not going to read the rest of it because it is what it is. I just really want to talk about the two sides and have us conversate about it. But that's what we're looking at as far as the shot on iPhone. I'll read some of the comments and then I'll kind of talk a little bit on my stance with it and kind of what it is. Hey, Slang in this thing. What up, homie? Hope everything is good with you, big dude. My bad, y'all had to cough. Yes, sir. Tux is the way to go, Migs. Tux is the way to go. He said, iMessage was there before, but not on device encryption. Apple changed that later on. Say less. Got you. Got you. Brad said, doesn't matter the cost of the equipment they used it with, doesn't take away that it was still shot on the iPhone. I got you. I got you. Lewis said, iMac 24-inch M3 peripheral still on Lightning. He said, I don't get why it's not USB-C. Yeah, I don't know about that one either. MPT said, I think they kept the peripherals on Lightning because they didn't sell many of the previous model iMacs, so they're just swapping out the SoC. Ah, makes sense, makes sense. Stop it, sir. Pixel Video is not caca, Meg. Stop it. Juan said, there's a fun aspirational idea that the camera doesn't matter as much as the whole production budget, but I still feel Apple blurs their marketing and demonstrations like it's just the phone. So I do know at the end of the behind the scenes that they didn't do it in the keynote. They didn't do it in the keynote. They did do it on the behind the scenes where they said, you know, shot on iPhone, edited by Mac, and then small text was like, also using professional studio equipment, something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was. Let me see if the screenshot is here in this article. I don't think so. See, here's some of what they are saying. Like you can see it looks a little muddy in some areas, looks a little grainy, blah, blah, blah. It is what it is. Now they don't have the picture I was looking for in here. Yeah, they don't have it in this article, unfortunately. But yeah, like I said, in the behind the scenes, like they did kind of let people know straight up what's up. I mean, I guess if you go in thinking that that's the connotation that they're using it in, I get that standpoint. I think for me, the biggest thing though that impressed me was the fact that from what they're using, from what they normally use based off of what people are saying, obviously, I don't know. I don't work at Apple. It's literally like they just took out the cinema grade camera and plugged the iPhone in, and everything else was for the most part the same. And like I said, that portion of this is impressive to me. It is impressive because, like I said, it's not like they use external lenses or anything like that. I mean, like I said, they did use a machine. Oh, I had a Kit Kat in my pocket. They did use a machine to, make sure stabilization was on point, the little flips and tricks and all of that crap. So, like I said, it depends on whatever connotation you went in on thinking. Like I said, for me personally, maybe it's because I know a little bit more about this stuff. I'm a little more knowledgeable. Even with them announcing that it was shot on iPhone, there was no way in HE double hockey sticks that I thought that they shot this without any type of production set quality, yeah, that like there was no way that the iPhone shot this by itself. There was no way. No way. And that's okay. That is a-okay. But I do want to see more manufacturers do this. Like, I would have loved if Video Boost was ready. One of the dopest flexes for Video Boost, and I was thinking this in my head, if the feature would have been ready when the phones launch, right? What would have been dope is for them to pre-record the entire Pixel 8 keynote using Video Boost and then upload the video boosted footage. So if it turns out to be super great, great like how everybody is hoping it is, everybody would have been like, yo, Google really stepped up their video quality for their keynotes, because Google's video quality for keynotes isn't on the same level as Apple's productions. But I do know Apple's lately have been pre-recorded or whatever, where Google, I think, is still doing live stuff, in-person stuff. But I think that would have been dope. I think that would have been dope. A video boosted Pixel keynote, I think that would be dope. Like they should do that for I almost said WWDC. They should do that for Google I/O. That would have been dope. That would have been dope. And then everybody would have been like, oh, the footage is so great, Google. You guys did a great job. And then they're like, bam, video boost. Glad you asked. That would have been dope. That would have been dope. Like, that would have been, as Easy would have called it, that would have been a nuts hang low moment. I'm sorry if y'all kids is listening. My bad. My bad. MPT said, I use the most expensive lighting, can't be bought and can't be replicated the same way every time. Sunlight. Facts. Oh, that's funny, MPT. Sep, you should have been spending money on lighting, sir. Like, lighting is like the most important thing when it comes to videography, dude. I'm a noob, and that one, I know that one. From now on, I'm gonna say shot on Pixel Fold in my videos. If you shoot with the Pixel Fold, I mean, why not? Shoot. Exactly, Jojo. I would argue that lighting is more important than the camera. I use a webcam for my A-roll. Big facts. It's all about the lighting. All about the lighting. He said Titans are still or who you got. I honestly don't watch football, homie. So, I mean, only time I watch it is like maybe if the Eagles are playing, because that's my home team, but I'm not big on football. I am going to get off this live stream whenever we end it here or whatever and go watch the Suns and the Spurs. I am going to watch that, though. He said, if the Pixel made the video, it would have been choppy. Miggs is out here snapping on the Pixel today, dog. Good God, sir. I'm sensing a little bit of haterade in the force, bro. A strong sense of haterade in the force. MKBHD records all his autofocus channel videos with phones, and I guarantee he uses the same lighting and mics he went with his Aria Red cameras. I don't know what he uses, dude. I was under the impression with those, he was just shooting it with the phone. Like I was kind of under that impression. Maybe he needs to do it behind the scenes and show us what he's shooting with. I don't know. I ain't even putting that up. Y'all getting on him. Get on him. Get on him. But that's pretty much the last article. I'm honestly not going to run through the... Well, I guess we could look at it really quick. Honestly, it was just bad news. Next year's Google Tensor chip is all but confirmed to be made by Samsung again. We already knew this was coming. The original game plan was for Tensor 4 to be the first TSMC manufactured Google custom chip. Fortunately, it got delayed and pushed back to 2025. So next year we will get Samsung's new 4 nanometer process for Tensor 4. So Tensor G3, I gotta give credit where credit is due though. Samsung did have to make some type of improvements because from the time that I had my Pixel 8 Pro, thermals were definitely better than they were on um definitely better than they were on the Pixel Fold and on the Pixel 7 Pro. I'll definitely admit that. But Lord knows I would have preferred for Google to shift to TSMC a year earlier. Like, even if Google had to come in and get like TSMC's like 4 nanometer process, because you know everybody's trying to move to 3. Even if Google would have came in and said, look, just give us the 4 nanometer, we'll take that, I would have been happy with that. Like, I would have been totally happy with that. But it is what it is, man. So we do have one more year of Samsung manufactured Tensor processors. Now, the rumored specs of Tensor 4 is supposed to be the Cortex X4. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I know that this GPU was what we thought was coming this year, and we didn't end up getting it. So we're supposedly gonna get it next year. And a couple of other specs are listed here too, but all of this is just rumors. I still think it's way too early to know anything too concrete. I think the best person to follow for that is on Twitter. I forget what their thing is. Let me open up another, because I don't want to say the wrong name. But y'all know who I'm talking about. They work for, I think it's Android Police. Or either Android Police or Android No, 9 to 5 Google, I think is who they work for. Let me see something. I hate when I like can't find somebody I'm looking for. It makes me so mad. Y'all probably know who I'm talking about though. I'm pretty sure they work for 9 to 5 Google. Trying to go back. Here, let me move this so I can still see the preview of the chat and everything. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm like looking for older articles. I don't care about the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 benchmarking higher than Apple's chip. Ooh. Smart plugs on sale? I stay focused. I'm like squirrel mode, yo. I might have to just add them to like the show notes or something. Cause I do want to give them props because they absolutely crush it when it comes to the Pixel leaks, man. Like they're spot on a lot of the time. But I want to say they work for 9 to 5 Google. If I can find them, I'll add them or something and link them or whatever. But yeah, another year of Samsung manufacturing. Juan says sad trombone. Yeah, man, I know. Malik said I might sit this out next year. Did you upgrade to the 8 or 8 Pro this year, Malik? Who's back on an iPhone, JoJo? Migs? Migs, you back on an iPhone? Yeah, right. Google come. Nah, they're gonna go to TSMC's 3 nanometer, dog. And they ain't gonna go to no 2. Hey, appreciate you for coming through. Hope everything is good on that end. Sharkman said, I agree with the premise that Apple is playing defense with the kind of rush M3 release. Their earnings did drop tonight. He said was nothing to write home about. Both Intel and Qualcomm are catching up. I'm not mad at it. More competition, man. I'm cool with it. Yeah, I want to know who JoJo was talking about on an iPhone. Yeah, I need to know. Jojo, share that with me. Um, all right, but that's all the articles, man. So really quick before we close out the stream, I'm just kind of go through the channel update. No, it's not Michelle's one of them too, Barry, but it's not Michelle. Michelle's like more on like the Android updates. It's like I'm so mad that I makes me so mad. Now like I can't stop researching it. I just can't. I know. Pixel 8 Pro leaks. Nah, not Gary, Brad. Not Gary. I don't want to create an account to scroll. 925 Google. I want to say it's for sure 9 to 5 Google. It's not Abner Lee. That's Brandon Lee, not him. Not Mystery Lupin. I hate it when I can't find somebody I'm looking for on here. Makes me so mad. Oh, hold on. No, that's Win Future. Gee whiz. I know where I can look up. That I can find it for sure. Pixel 8 Pro camera leak. That's why I couldn't find it. Got it. And I know I'm gonna butcher her last name. Miss Camilla. That's what it is. Yeah, Miss Camilla. Found it. I know. I'm like OD. Miss Camilla. All of like the Pixel news. So it's at ZA_RACZKE. When it comes to the Pixel leaks, has been crushing it. Has been crushing it. I was able to find it from this article about the Pixel 8 camera spec leaks. So yeah, definitely Camilla. But that's the #1 source right there. So pretty sure we'll find like leaks and stuff like that soon enough. We'll probably hear some from Miss Camilla. But yeah, Michelle's one of them too. Michelle's one of them too. I don't know why it took me so long to find them, dude. Like I could not for the life of me find them on Twitter. Follow too many people, I guess. Gary was a good guest too. Gary's that dude too. Sharkfin said it would be a huge win if Pixel Fold has. I wouldn't mind them pushing Pixel Fold 2 to the fall to do a Tensor G4. I wouldn't mind that at all. I'm not in a rush to spend another $1,800. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't be mad if Google was like, yo, we not gonna do G3, we gonna do G4 with Pixel Fold 2. I would be totally okay with that. I'd be totally okay with that. Oh my God, Migs is back on the iPhone. Nah, I'm just playing with you, homie. Migs over there liking them blue bubbles. Them blue bubbles. Migs is on them blue bubbles. I don't know if we'll see their top cameras MPT because like, yeah, I don't know if we'll see their top cameras. I would love to, you know, if they could fit them in there somehow. But I don't know, man. I don't know if we'll see their top cameras. If they could put the Pixel 8 Pro setup in the Pixel Fold 2 and drop it in the summer, oh, I'm down. I mean, I'm already gonna buy one anyway. But yeah, 100%. If they could drop the Pixel 8 Pro's camera set in there, oh Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. I'm down. I'm definitely down. I'm down. He said my job is all about blue bubbles. Nah, I feel you. My wife's job at Universal is like that too. Like they have like the little work chats and it's all through the phones. They can either borrow and have to carry around another phone, or they can just put the chat on their own personal phones if they have iPhones. So nah, I get it, dude. It's all good. You still rocking them blue bubbles though. But anyway, let's go ahead and get real, a little bit realer real quick, and then we'll wrap things up. So long story short, man, like I said, I'm not going to draw it out or anything like that. Like I said up at the top, I'm not quitting because this isn't a job. This is just something I do for fun. But in terms of like video content, y'all might start to see a significant decline on the quantity, not quality, but the quantity of videos that come out. Typically, I try to do one video a week and the live stream. So, 2 pieces of content for y'all a week. Like I said, on the video side, that's about to go down drastically. Nothing is wrong, nothing like that, but it's kind of getting to the point where I'm starting to find that I'm buying a lot of devices and I'm not worried about the return or the money aspect, but I'm buying a lot of devices and they're sitting around a lot. Like right now, I have an S23 Ultra that's just sitting around. I'm not using it for any purpose besides constantly looking at Best Buy to see when they have a OnePlus open in stock so I can trade it in. In all honesty. So I think going forward, I'm going to make the attempt to buy significantly less. So that way, when I do get something, I won't say it's something that I care about, because I care about everything that I buy. I don't buy stuff that I'm not interested in. But yeah, like I said, it gets to the point, man, like when you're trying to do this and you are primarily the one, not primarily, you are the one putting out all the funds, it gets expensive real quick. And no, nobody has to give me no money, nothing like that, man. Like, nah, I'm good. But like I said, it is one of the, Meg, shut up. I'm trying to be real. You're making me laugh. But it is one of them things that, like I said, I'm starting to notice, like, dude, like I'm sitting here spending all of this money on stuff that I'm using for maybe a month or 2 months, and I'm revisiting for a week every 3 or 4 months, or every time it gets an update. Like that's not enough to warrant me spending, even on a trade-in, $600, $700, $800 for a device, man. So I could be putting that money to way better areas. I should have already been thinking about it, but obviously with me, being older, I have a family. Well, I won't say older like that, but y'all know what I mean. Like I need to start looking into kids' college funds, buying a house, all that stuff, man. And like I said, it would be one thing if, I was being gifted devices and stuff like that. And this isn't me asking companies to send out a bunch of stuff. I mean, I have been fortunate to have, Team Pixel send out the 7 Pro last year. The TechWatch Pro 5 came from the Snapdragon Insiders, and even a mysterious benefactor, who I'm not gonna name because I don't want everybody hitting them up, who actually let me borrow a device to test out, something I would have never, been able to get my hands on or whatever. So, yeah. So it's like I said, it's one of those things, man, where I need to be a bit more selective, in all honesty. Surprisingly enough, the only devices that I have in my possession, I have the Xiaomi 12S Ultra, which honestly, it's literally being used as my son's in the car propped up YouTube / Miss Rachel phone. Like he watches his Miss Rachel on this phone, like when we're driving and stuff. So it's turned into that. And then I have the S23 Ultra sitting over in my camera bag and I'm not using it, and the Pixel Fold, and that's it. I have like some older stuff, but like stuff that's relevant, I should say. And that's honestly it. So, like I said, I'm not saying that I'm not going to buy devices. Like I said, I still got my eyes on that OnePlus Open. The OnePlus 12 looks really, really dope too, man. But it's one of those things where I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop myself. I'm not going to say I'm going to stop. I'm going to try to stop myself and hold myself a bit more accountable in terms of what I'm buying. There's no point in buying $700, $800, $900 devices for them to just sit around and collect dust until the next thing comes out, because even if you're doing trade-ins and you're only spending $300 or $400, you multiply that by 5 releases. Like this year, I bought the S23 Ultra, I bought the Z Fold 5, the Pixel Fold, the Pixel 8 Pro. I bought, I feel like I'm missing a phone that I bought, but even if it's just those four, and let's just say I paid $400, which I paid more than that for them, but let's just say with trade-ins, I paid $400 all together for each one. That's what, 4 times 4 is 16. That's $1,600. $1,600. I could have took that and me and the missus went somewhere on a cruise, or I could have took the kids on another vacation or whatever in the summertime, you know, on top of the one that we did get to do with them. So yeah, like just like JoJo said here, you know, she said it perfectly. It's called adulting. So like I said, it's not to say I'm not gonna buy devices or whatever. It's not to say that I'm not gonna do videos. If there's something that I'm passionate about and I want to talk about, you'll see a video on it for sure. So like I said, I'm not going anywhere. We still got Thursday nights. If anything, it's gonna make me more consistent about doing the Thursday night live stream, because I don't have that video to kind of fall back on. Oh, you know, where it's like, oh, I did drop some content on the channel this week. I won't have that. So I'll have that feeling of like, no, I need to live stream. Let's do this. I'm with it. You know, there are gonna be those weeks where I'm just like, and I'm just gonna be like, you know what, I need a day off or whatever. There are gonna be those weeks where I have stuff come up, you know, emergencies or something planned, and it's understandable. Again, this is not a job. I do this strictly for fun because I love chilling with y'all and talking about this stuff, because I don't have anyone in my regular everyday life, you know, which I count, you know, most of y'all in my everyday life, like talking to y'all. Some of y'all I talk to more than I talk to family, which is crazy enough. But like I said, I don't have anyone like in person, you know, physically in person, that I can talk to about this stuff regularly. So like I said, I appreciate y'all for sticking with me, man, and for every like, every subscribe, every share, every retweet, man, everything, man, that y'all been along for the journey. So I definitely appreciate it. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere just in terms of content, man, unless I hit the lottery or get a dream job or something where I'm making oogobs amounts of money. Yeah, we definitely gonna start cutting back a little bit more on the channel, man. So yeah, though I obviously don't want to, but hey, money is money. Migs, you need to go to sleep with all of this, sir. You need to go to sleep. He got an iPhone and now he acting brand new. LaShawn said, yes, sir. Real quick, I understand why you think I only rock one device per year. Facts, dog. Because LaShawn get one joint and be good for the year. I'm with you. I'm with you, dog. I'm with you. I might be there with you, dog. I mean, it's going to be tough, but I might have to be there with you, dog. For real. For real. MPT said, I don't really enjoy device reviews anymore, so I get it. Apart from being expensive, unless you're covering updates, new apps, and being able to continue making content on the same device, it's hard. MPT said, I need to get back into live streaming again. I enjoyed it so much, especially my creative reviews and guest sessions. Exactly, MPT. Like, I can get up here on a live stream and talk to y'all all night, man. Like, talk to y'all all night. You know what I'm saying? But video content, man, it's like, yeah, it's definitely one of those things where it's like, I can only talk about how much I love this device in so many videos before it's like, okay, dude, I get it. You know, before we become easy with the V60, right? So I'm not going to become easy with the V60, with the Pixel Fold, but yeah. Juan said, especially now that we're traveling again, a phone comes in more than flights to visit family. Yep, I think we're all feeling that right now. Yeah, man. And inflation, cost of living, yeah, everything is kind of going up, so. He said, you better be more active on. I know, dog. I got to get better. The funny thing is, I see every message. Just most of the time, I'm like, I don't have time to respond to these fools right now. But you'll catch me every once in a while. Somebody will say something reckless, and I'm like, sir or ma'am. Sepdog, what you mean it's been real? I ain't going nowhere. Like, Sepdog already kicked me out. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just saying, less videos, homie. But the live stream ain't going nowhere, man. Live stream ain't going nowhere. Eyes is getting sensitive from these lights, man. Or maybe I'm just crying because, you know, y'all support just overwhelms me. Nah, it ain't that. Yeah, same, LaShawn. I love live streaming, dog. I love it. I love it. I know, right? Sepdog was like, I got that 9 p.m. slot. I've been waiting for years. Let me stop. He said Ike brings up a great point. The V60 is a fantastic phone still. How's the chat? Oh my God, Juan. We're ending the stream now. We're ending the stream now. I can't take y'all nowhere. Nowhere. But like I said, man, appreciate y'all, like I said, for week in and week out, coming through, supporting your boy, man. Liking, replay squad. If y'all catch this, all of y'all out there too. Like I said before, dope streams every night of the week. You don't need cable. You do need basketball because we all need basketball. But anyway, gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, man. Have a good evening, everybody. As always, this is Ike's Tech Talk. I'll catch you all in the next live stream. Peace.